Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Custard Prophet. We're back for our ATS career mode save with the Custard Haulers US, and we are in, well, we're not quite, but we're going into Iowa. The new DLC has dropped and we're going to be having a first look at the new state it's come out from SCS. So it's come out today at 6 p.m. So hopefully going to get this out for you tomorrow. We're going to be taking a cylinder of grain, I guess you would call this. I'm sure there's a better name for it than that. And we're going to be going from Maryville, where we left off last time, and we're going to be going all the way up to Waterloo in northern Iowa. So we're going to see a fair amount of the state. There's quite a few photo ops en route. Having a look at this. So we are right on the border here. And so we're coming up here towards Council Bluffs. And then there's this little load of features here that we're going to have a look at, and then we're going to drive up to Waterlooville. There's a little something else we can pick up there along the way as well. So that's good. We've got lots to talk about. We've got achievements to talk about. We've got the new events to talk about, and as well as what are we going to be able to see in Iowa, as well as always a bunch of other random stuff. So let's get our foot on the gas, let's get out of here and let's get over the border into Iowa. I think this is going to be really, really pretty. Not sure what to expect with this state. It's always a bit new for me because I've certainly never been to Iowa, I don't think. No, I've been to Ohio, so I guess not that far away, but not to Iowa. And so we'll go past a road which is crossing, which you can just see up the way. That is still in Missouri, where we are at the minute. And then once we get past that, the Iowa border is going to be a matter of meters away. So I have noticed already there is a bit of a issue in the game. Oops. And I will let you just see this here. So we have a delivery for grain, which is 296 miles. Something's wrong with the time in Iowa. Apparently, everything takes a long time. I don't know whether that's true in real life, but it's 15 hours, 16 minutes. It thinks it's going to take us to go there. If we were to do a job where we scooted out into Nebraska, you probably noticed I've picked up Nebraska and Texas. So we've got all of those states around here, not Arkansas though. We'll have to do that at some point. But yeah, it suddenly takes a lot of time off. So there is some issue with the timing in Iowa. I don't know. I guess it's going to be sorted out very soon. So let's go. Let's go. We should see, hopefully, a sign somewhere along here which says welcome to Iowa. There's the road there. That is part of Missouri. We know lots of stuff that's going to be in. I think the one thing I did notice in this in their little spiel was there's hidden roads. So there are definitely hidden roads in this. We'd expect nothing else, but I'm hoping for a real nice big treasure trove of hidden roads, and we are absolutely taking a screenshot of this. Just give me a second. Right, took a screenshot. I ended up reversing to do that, but I wanted to have the sign in there. I thought that would make a nice thumbnail. Anyway, let's do a little bit of driving on this marathon journey as this cop car goes past us. Do they have different? It looks like it. Different looking cop cars depending on what state you're in. Does it change? In the UK, it doesn't change at all, but something I'd never thought about. It does change between countries in Europe, but I wasn't sure whether that was the case for between states. Right, I'm going to get this done. Yeah, look at the time, it's flying. So we'll do a little bit of a time lapse, and then we'll come back when we've got our first point of interest. So I'll see you in a bit. If we see any hidden roads, of course we'll stop and have a look. Right, folks, so we are back. Let's talk a little bit about the event, and we need to go. Oh, what happens if we go straight on? Oh, yes, we said there were some hidden roads, and we know we've got a viewpoint up here, which kind of gave it away, but that's fine. That's fine. I thought we'd seen one back there as well, so I don't know how many hidden roads there are. As always, if you do see hidden roads, give me vague ideas, but don't tell me exactly where they are. I wonder if we've got any cool Easter eggs in this particular DLC. Right, what's in... Oh, we got... It is a second bit of hidden road, folks. Oh, we got to get over a bridge. So what's this? What is this? Just a second. It's the Bridge of Bridges of Madison. Don't know what that means, but I'm sure it means something to someone. Hello. You getting your photo done? Am I supposed to go over this? Is this some historical... Oh! Madison can't cross the iconic bridge in Iowa. So this is an achievement we picked up. Oh wow, that's mad. Okay. Right, where the heck's this going now? We kind of need to go up that way to Waterloo, but we'll keep on. We'll keep on this road because I don't really know what I'm expecting at all here. It would be very, very cool if this is something that takes us all the way up here, up to the road that we need to be on, a little bit of a shortcut. That would be very, very nice. So let's talk a little bit about the event. So it is the Cruising Iowa event. There are 12 cities that are mapped out, and as previously, you've got to take to pick up these cities. So let me start again. The event is to visit all of these cities, so either taking a delivery to or from said city. This is, my god, I don't think I've ever seen so many like forks and stuff in a hidden road. We've got to go left here. Looks like we're coming off on the main road. So, and you've got to take it 100 miles or 161 kilometers. It's the same thing basically. So that is what you're trying to achieve. I wonder if does this go all the way through? I've gone over the road. Hello. Is this another bridge? So you've got to do it for all 12 of the cities. And you've got until September to be able to do it. This is utterly mad. This is one of the other things I saw. The tree in the middle of the road. This is a thing, apparently. Not entirely sure how to escape it, but let's take a picture. I think we're heading up this way. If that was in the UK, they'd probably have chopped it down. Some evil person would have chopped it down. I don't know where the heck I'm going. Oh, no! I should have taken a picture of it. I need to take a picture of it. I thought I had, but apparently that didn't count. Right. Okay. No, I did take a picture of it. It's just not. Yeah. There we go. There we go. It's showing up. This is the longest hidden road in the world, and we've already seen two of the things I wanted to look at. So there's also the biggest truck stop that they put into the game anywhere. There's an aluminium factory somewhere, which is apparently really cool. It's a lot of kind of custom design bits for the aluminium factory. I don't know, this might be it here. It seems like everything is everywhere. Right, where the heck are we going now? There's a farm. Look at the size of this hidden road. I guess we'll be going off here. So yes, that's the tree in the middle of the road. There's various hidden roads and various other things. So that's rather cool. Right. Oh. Right, let's just have a look at that. That was utterly massive. But we haven't really missed out on anything. We've picked up these two things, which I did want to pick up, which is nice. And we're not very far out from Waterloo at all now. It feels quite a small state. So in terms of the achievements, there are 4 achievements. So the Hawkeye State, which is apparently what this Iowa's called. As always, let me know why it's the Hawkeye State. I presume it's nothing to do with Jeremy Renner's character in like the Marvel series. The Golden Acre Explorer. So that's basically you've got to get 8 viewpoints. The Hawkeye State is going to 10 cities. Is it 10 cities? Come on, quick. We can do it. There we go. 10 cities? 8 cities. 8 cities within the state. So if you're doing the event, you'll do that one easily. We've also then got the Piggy Express, which sounds fun. So you've got to take live pig cargo from 2 livestock farms in Iowa. It doesn't say anything about where you have to deliver to, so it doesn't seem like you have to deliver in state. You could deliver wherever they are going. I don't know where these farms are, whether we've gone past one, no idea, but that's something we've got to do. And the Madison County Bridge, and that's the one we've just done. So if you're wondering where it is, we've just figured that one out. So that's kind of what we're doing. So just before I let you go, 175 miles. It really doesn't feel... Oh no, it's a bit further than I thought. We're just going to go to this bit, and then I'm going to do a bit of a time lapse to get through all this section, and we'll come back for that that viewpoint, the scenic viewpoint we've got a little bit later on. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was a comment that was left on previous video about some of the issues that we were having with the my brain has gone. Some of the issues we were having in the last episode with money just disappearing. We had 20 grand disappear, and I looked back at it, and you probably saw what I put on there. It basically, we got caught by the police for speeding, and it was like $100 and something fine. Oh, just a second. Where? Rest stop I-80. Is this the biggest truck stop? Is that... What's special about this? Let me know in the comments. I don't think this is the biggest truck stop ever, though. It doesn't look it. So yeah, they completely swindled us out of 20 grand because we were going slightly over the speed limit. And I thought, well, as someone said previously, why don't you just disable the economy mod? So I thought it probably makes sense. Maybe it's just not syncing up with some of the new states. Maybe it's a bit broken. Tried to do that, and I basically can't start the save if I haven't got the economy on. It seems to be integrally linked into what we've into the save. So a little bit annoyed with that, but so we have no choice but to go with the economy mod. So we're going to have to be extra careful here. You're not going left. I swear you were going right there. It looks for all the world you were. Anyway, we've got a city there on the right. We've seen very precious little of the cities. It's been very, very pretty so far. Lots of farms, and I expect to see a little bit more of that going forward. So I'm doing a big old loop here. It's a rather interesting bit of road, this, in all honesty. Anyway, folks, I am going to get my head down and we are going to drive off towards our destination, Waterloo, in the northern part of Iowa. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there because the time apparently doesn't exist in a normal way. One of the things I have noticed, I think the reason time doesn't exist in a normal way is that the speed limit's all buggered up in this. So the speed limit's all incredibly low. I don't know if this is supposed to be like that. I've kind of been ignoring it, which is probably a bad idea. But I haven't been caught by the police either, so I don't know whether there's a bug there. That might be where the bug is, and it just thinks we're going to take a lot longer for us to get this distance because the speed limit's like 30 all the way. Anyway, folks, I'll see you in a bit. Enjoy the view. Right, it's been a relatively straightforward drive. In all honesty, we've not had any issues with the speed with the police, given that the speed limit is incredibly low throughout the state. We've been travelling well above it for the vast majority of it, and it has allowed us to get where we need very quickly. I think this is a bug, and I can't believe the state speed limit is so low. That does not make any sense to me. But we're about 21 miles away. It thinks at the current speed we're going to get, it's going to still take us an hour and a half to get there. I think we'll be okay to get 21 miles and a little less than that. But we picked up Des Moines. I don't know how to say that. We drove through it and picked that up. So that was the first city that we've got in the state. Looks like Waterloo will be the second city. So we will be a quarter of the way there for another achievement, the the Hawkeye State achievement. Oh, what's that? Is that a giant lemon squeezer? They grow enormous lemons in this county state. I like to believe that. So yeah, it's just a little way up. Yeah, just a little way ahead of us is the scenic viewpoint that you can see. I'm not quite sure why it's complicated to get there, but we'll do our best. I think it might be a one-way thing, maybe. It's hard to say, but we'll pick it up. If we have to go round like that, that's fine. So we'll just let this traffic disappear and they'll come back. Right. So one thing I was kind of wondering about is that tree in the middle of the road. How old is that tree for it to still be in the middle of the road? It must be a pretty old one. We've just, there's 2 out of 8 Waterloo. But let me know in the comments what that is all about. Because, I mean, whilst the country or the history of the US isn't quite as long as in the UK, certainly there will be trees and things like that which are, incredibly old. Like we have over here, but perhaps even more so, like the giant redwoods. But I'm not quite sure what type of tree that was that we were. Right, I think we need to go up here. This is probably the problem. So we need to go. We're going underneath. Yeah. So what is the deal with that? Because it feels like a very British thing to have a tree in the middle of the road, and then we build a road around it, and doesn't feel like an American thing. It feels like in the US they'd kind of they'd knock the tree down and then that would be fine. But maybe not in this state. Right, it looks like lots and lots of one-way stuff going on here. So that's where we need to get to. I don't know what that'll be. Probably just Waterloo, the city. But what it will allow us to do is pick up our first scenic viewpoint, which will be our first one along the way for the Golden Acre Explorer. What's the Golden Acre? Let me know about that, as well as all these kind of little phrases and things that I do not understand, I'm not familiar with, but I want to know. I want to know everything, folks. I know nothing about Iowa. Let me in. Teach me, folks. Teach me. Okay, we'll be going along there by the look of it. Okay, look at this river. Is this the Mississippi? I'm trying to think where we are. It could be. Definitely could be. Right, so we'll take a left here. Oh, and we need to follow these fire trucks left here. So what's it going to be? Hopefully it's not just the city. Hopefully it's something a little bit more than that. I always get a lot more. It always feels a lot more fun when it is something a little bit more, a little bit different. Celebrating something cool. Like whatever that is. What the heck is that? No idea. Is that where they make golf balls? What's all that stuff in between? What is that? Cannons? I've literally no idea what that's supposed to be. But let's have a look at that. And I'm just wondering if there's something there on the right that we can have a look at as well. So Waterloo, that's what we're looking at here. Named after the battle? I don't know. Okay, some rather cool artsy work. I wonder whether that was commissioned or whether that's like local local artists, as it were, doing their own stuff. It does look very much like one of those sort of central USA towns, doesn't it? The ones you see in the films. The Young Arena. No idea. What's that? The something tractor engine museum? The Greener Tractor Engine Museum. Wow. You've got to be a bit specialist to want to go there. We're going to go, son. I'm going to take you somewhere really special. The Tractor Engine Museum. Oh. Right. Let's just have a little look. See if we can... See if we can take a... No, we can't take a left there. Although we can come out of that. Can't quite see what we're supposed to be doing. Right. We want to be coming down here. Let me know how you're getting on with the new driver proficiency part of the driver academy. I've done the first 3 modules. If you're interested to see how that went, have a look at my last ETS2 videos. The last one that I did, the wheels in motion chapter. Oh Christ! What's he driving? It's probably a lot shorter than it was, but that's. Come on, mate. Come on. Oh, Jesus. I don't think it was the worst crash in the world, but yeah, let me know how you're getting on with that, because I'm intrigued to hear how people got on with the wheels in motion one, because there were a lot in there, a lot in the scenario which I thought were okay, challenging but okay, but there were 2 which I find really difficult. The very last one, which was where you're escaping the truck park, and you got to do these incredibly tight maneuvers, which finished up with you, I think this is one way, isn't it, having to kind of go through, do a turn, a really tight turn, then straighten up to go through this incredibly narrow gap between 2 trucks, and I could not straighten it up. It took me forever. I think the other one was something, what's it called, Confusion or something like that, where you got to park, you got to reverse around a chicane, 2 or 3 chicanes, and then reverse park into a really tight spot, which was, I just couldn't get it done, because there was this tiny little gap to get it through. I could not do it. It was frustrating. I couldn't get to the end at the end of it. So let me know how you've got on with those, and whether the final chapter, which I haven't looked at yet, is that even harder, because the whole thing took me like hours to complete, and I didn't even complete it. One of them I just couldn't do. So I'd love some advice, folks. Love some advice. Right. Not far to go to our final location. We'll wait for get these traffic lights changing. Oh, there they go. And then we'll head on in. So yeah, we've been into Waterloo. We've seen a bit of Des Moines. I'm not going to say that right. But what do we think of the state so far? What about the look of it? Does it feel a little different from some of the other locations that we've seen so far? In my opinion, it does. I think the way the countryside kind of appears looks a little bit different, and we've got these nice little cities which look subtly different from what we'd seen in Missouri, and certainly in Kansas, where we'd been quite extensively. It looks a lot greener here, a lot more life, rivers, those sort of things. But that's somewhat like what we saw in Missouri, isn't it? It wasn't as barren as Kansas, but this feels like it's another step removed from that again. Right, Oh, I wonder if this is the massive aluminium factory. No idea. Lots and lots of stuff to think about anyway, folks. And I'm, as always, really fascinated to get your thoughts on all of these, on the new state. What have you enjoyed? What have you not enjoyed? Have you found everything? Have you completed it? Yeah, probably. And certainly, if you've been to this state before, let me know about that in the comments. Let me know how well it mirrors this state. If you live there, even better. Right, let's drop this off and we'll see if we get a 90 for the reverse part. Ooh, what are those blue things? Nope. We get a 40. Okay. It can't all be impossible, can it? I think we'll just try and sneak through here. Oh. I mean, can I not just do that? This isn't... This doesn't feel like a 40 to me, but... There we go. We drove straight in. That was a 0. That's not hard. Anyway, warming up, driving 10,000 miles during delivery. So another achievement got. A couple of achievements today as well. So we got 671 XP, working towards level 8. Which is good, and we have made our first little inroads into Iowa, which looks pretty awesome. So I don't know what we're going to do next up. We might head over this way where there seems like we've got the majority of stuff. Not sure whether Sioux City falls, which side of the boundary Sioux City falls on, but we will go somewhere. Remember, we have to do, it has to be over 100 miles between where we are now and where we're going. So we might just nip over to Mason City and do a delivery from there, maybe down to Davenport, something like that. Not sure. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.